Have you ever been to a volcano when it was erupting?
You're now listening to Super Hoopers.
They're a bunch of guys who ain't never played the game.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
We just won a fucking war. That's what you say, bro.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about.
Welcome to Super Hoopers, an inconsequential discussion of the week's NBA news. I am your host, Matt Hill. With me, as always, my brother basketball, John Hill. John, Sixers are 4-4. Congratulations.
Ooh,
yeah, our
good.
little contest is heating up.
It is getting pretty close.
The Knicks, I think, are 3-4. The Lakers are 3-4 as well. So,
yeah,
listeners don't know, me, John, and our frequent guest Dave Feudernick have a contest to which of our teams will have the best record after 20 games. I think it is.
I don't know. We keep
we got to talk to him. Now that the Sixers are good, you want to change it down to 10 games.
It was originally 10, and then we said 15, I think, but maybe 20. I don't know. We got to someone audit us.
Yeah, I think we got to go with 20.
Yeah.
Or we'll just stop whenever the Lakers have the best record.
Yeah.
Anyways, big pod today. We have Coach Dave DeFore from the on the NBA podcast.
Yeah.
Coach Dave on the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is he's actual coach.
He really knows what he's talking about.
He really does. It's a little intimidating.
Yeah, it's a little change of pace. For listeners of the Hoopers.
Yep. Unfortunately, you guys might actually learn something about basketball.
Sorry.
Very apologies ahead of time. That's really not part of our
not
MO.
our intention.
Not our intention, but accidents happen.
Accidents. Sometimes you learn things on accident.
Yeah.
And you have to drink a lot then to forget it.
Yep. And we promise we'll just go back to talking about Draymond's dick.
No.
No?
We're high. Give us some credit. We're more highbrow than that.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry. That's you.
That's me.
I'm more highbrow than that. All right. Well, yes. All right. Well, on that note, let's welcome on Coach Dave. Welcome to the show, Dave DeFore. Is it Coach Dave or?
I mean, just Dave is fine. I do coach. I'm coaching high school currently. I used to coach in Germany, and but after this year, I don't know if I'll be coaching.
Okay. How many games do you have to coach before you can call yourself coach?
I think if you coach any games at all, like even if it's like 5-year-olds, you can call yourself coach.
Okay, so I coached. I am in college, so I'm Coach Matt.
Intramural.
Yeah, intramural. We were a joke team. We dressed in costume and pretty much annoyed the other team. So we weren't a real basketball team, but I was still the coach.
What was the team name?
I don't remember what our team name was, actually.
Couldn't have been that good of a joke.
What kind of coach is that?
Well, the joke was with the stuff we did in the game.
Do you think Pop ever forgets that he coached the Spurs?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. All right, Dave. So we're having you on. We're having you on as an NBA expert. Although I have to question your bona fides because when I asked you to have you on, you said, I really want to watch the games. I mean, as an NBA expert myself, I stopped watching the games because I already know everything. I don't need to watch any more games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know. I kind of gave myself up there. But unfortunately, I feel like I need to watch the games to know what's going on. I managed to squeeze in a couple before we started recording.
Interesting.
Okay, good,
very interesting technique to being an expert at basketball.
I know.
Having a basketball podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we might try watching the game someday.
We might try.
Hey,
we'll see.
Guys, it is not a prerequisite.
Clearly,
very true. We're on episode 85 or something.
Yeah. 85, and we've watched maybe 3 games.
Yeah, and they're mostly from the 2005 season.
Yeah,
which is kind of a weird choice.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben Wallace was great.
Exactly.
Oh man, I love that Pistons team. All right, so we're going to talk about what everyone else is talking about. Just cause.
Yeah.
So, are the Cavs and Warriors bad now, Dave? Can you enlighten us?
So the Cavs just lost their 4th straight, and they look like dog shit. Am I allowed to? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why everyone always asks if they're allowed after they do it.
Always do that.
Yeah. I'm always allowed. But, yeah, they look like dog shit. The Cavs are pretty terrible. To no one's surprise. They don't really care. Their best players are in their 15th seasons. I mean, LeBron's been to 7 straight finals. And pretty much LeBron can just turn it on whenever he wants and get them to the finals as long as they make the playoffs. I'm actually I have my suspicion that they were on my Twitter feed and they saw my idea for the next level of tanking, which is not tanking to the number 1 pick. It's tanking to the 8th seed in the East. Because then you still get a mid-first round pick, which is, just outside the lottery, right? So that's a good pick.
Right.
And you're in the playoffs. And the Cavs don't care about home court advantage.
Oh, actually, I like that.
That kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, why not? You're the
Next.
Cavs. You're going to beat all these teams anyways. Might as well get a good lottery, or not a lottery pick, but a good draft pick.
Get the 16th, 17th pick and just still beat every team.
Yeah, and LeBron is always like 3 steps ahead.
Ooh,
Yeah.
this is
No,
solid.
I like your answer. My answer was going to be that both. I mean, Golden State looks a lot better than the Cavs, but the Cavs have sort of realized that everyone else has realized that the regular season is a farce, and they're like, wait a second, we were taking it seriously for 3 seasons. Now it's time to relax. But I like your answer better. I think I do. I think they're next level.
Interesting.
I mean, I hope. I don't know. If so, Colby Altman is GM of the year. I don't care what Sam Preston.
If they get the 16th pick, he's GM of the year.
Yeah.
Also, so next thing is like there's this team in Orlando apparently called the Magic.
Wait, who dat?
Yeah, I know.
Who dat?
I look, seems like a weird name for a team. The Magics, maybe. They're leading the East, right? They just beat Memphis tonight. Can you explain what's going on there?
There are a few things happening. First of all, Frank Vogel has kind of changed the way he's playing offensively. He's actually playing to his players' strength, which is a really weird strategy for him.
Very, very interesting technique this year.
They were kind of shoehorning Aaron Gordon into that 3 spot, and it was so obvious to everyone, including the Orlando Magic organization, that he should have been the 4. So much so that they had to address it at the start of last season. No, he's going to play the 3 because everyone knows he's really a 4. So that's one thing, is that he's playing to his players' strengths, and that's just huge, right, for any coach. But the other thing is they've kind of got a lot of guys who are starting to hit their primes, and a lot of guys that are starting to figure it out as well. Like Aaron Gordon's jump shot just looks so much better than when he first came in the league. He looks confident shooting it. He's turned his feet the way they should be. It's more compact. It's a good shot now, whereas before it was kind of funky. And Jonathan Simmons has been fantastic, leading second units. DJ Augustine, say what you will about him, but he is a professional point guard. Like, he's been in the league this long because he is at least adequate, right? He's passable. And Peyton is kind of up and down. So I think that's part of it. But then, again, back to style of play. You make up for lack of skill with increased pace. So you get more possessions. And they're pressuring the defense with their athleticism, their speed. And Nick Vucevic and Mo Spates are just dropping bombs on everybody as the trail guy in the offense. So they get these wide open threes at the top of the key. It also keeps the center out of the inside. So they're getting shots at the bucket, and they're hitting threes at a crazy rate right now. I think they're shooting, coming into tonight, is like 44% as a team. I don't expect that to keep up. But as I tweeted during this game, the Magic look like they are really decent. Right? Like, they look really decent. They look like they're going to be okay. I think they're going to make the playoffs. And it's fun, man. I love when these young teams, they go through some bumps and bruises and they come out on the other end, and it's like, okay, hey, we got something. I can't help but think, what would it look like if Victor Oladipo was their point guard instead of Elfrid Payton?
Oh, yeah. They gave him away. They gave him away for Ibaka. Dave,
I think I mean, Frank Vogel's just a great coach. I mean,
he is a good coach. He is a good coach.
He took that Pacers team and he was great. And then last year he had to figure it out with his talent. But it's like, he's a guy you just feel like, yeah, he's not going to put out a horrible team.
Look, I respect what both of you are saying. All right, I'm talking a lot of basketball terms that okay, they sound good, but I'm going to defer to my man, Young Snuggie, who's a Redditor, okay?
Okay.
And he's a Magic fan, and he posted a long post about the Magic, and I'm going to defer to his analysis, all right? So I'm going to read some of his analysis, okay? This is what he said on Reddit. We've got a scrappy squad of a bunch of young dick touchers coached by my main man, Frank the Tank Vogel. He's a cute guy for real. All right? Aaron Gordon, whatever, he's playing the right position. Okay, whatever you said, feet are pointed in the right direction. This is what Young Snuggie says about Aaron Gordon. God, this is a real ass man right here. He's young, but he's got a big boy game now. Big dick shit only.
Whoa.
Yeah. Vucimane, as we said about Vucimane, a.k.a. Vucevic.
That's a great nickname. That's so good.
This white boy right here is the truth. Okay. That's all you need to know. And then he added, also, Evan Fournier will fuck your girl and make you watch. So, I don't know about Evan on the basketball court, but apparently...
I guarantee Young Snugs is a 13-year-old white guy from Orlando.
Absolutely. But he's got a good,
There's
he's got a
nothing more
fire
uncertain
mixtape.
about.
Yeah,
His
that's true.
mixtape is fire, though.
His mixtape is probably fire.
You
Yeah.
know, so clearly the actual magic in Orlando is all the dick touching.
Yeah.
That's-
He had this to say about Orlando as a city. All right, Orlando is mostly known as a vacation destination for people who think the Olive Garden is classy. Orlando is what most philosophers call a garbage city, as in it's garbage, the people are garbage, there's garbage everywhere, crackheads will piss on your car, everyone is like 57% suicidal, just don't ever come here. So I think it's good that at least they have a good basketball team now.
That's right. And, I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote from Kierkegaard himself. So
Yeah.
So the philosopher part. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm excited. I like it when these sort of like backwater teams are good. Like, I think it makes the NBA more fun if like this random Magic team that no one thought would be good is good. I like it when the Thunder are good, even though I hate the Thunder, but I think it's fun. When the Jazz are good, it's kind of weird as well. So.
Yeah, well, so the Magic, they're a little bit ragtag at this point, right? Like, even though they've got a bunch of guys who are sort of like high draft picks, we've just been so used to them being bad, right? Ever since Dwight left, basically, they've just been a laughingstock. They haven't done much with their draft picks. Half these guys look like busts until now. I mean, Hazonia, who I thought was just going to come in and light the world on fire, is a bust.
He is a
They
bust.
declined his option
He's
for next year.
such
He's
a
probably
bust.
going back to Europe.
Man,
and
Hazonia was like NBA Twitter's hero.
Hey, dude, Sixers fans wanted them to draft Hazonia instead of Okafor. I guess that would have been a wash.
That would have been a wash.
Well, I don't know, man, because so with Saric, I think part of the issue with Hazonia is that he just hasn't really fit in since coming to the U.S. I think that's a big part. Like the cultural part has been tough for him. And then I've heard some other stuff from behind the scenes that I won't get into. But
Come on, no, get into it, Dave. Get into it, Dave. Just say anonymous sources. You can say whatever you want.
That's true. That's true. I mean, people will say it's fake news, but some issues behind the scenes, right? Like he's not the hardest guy in practice. Like he's not going as hard as he should.
So,
he's not buying in on defense. Things like that. Like they don't love. I mean, anyone can watch the games and see what he does defensively. Is not what Frank Vogel wants him to do, right? Like it doesn't. You don't even have to. You could be a Reddit guy. What was his name? Young Snuggie.
Please treat him with some respect.
Respect.
Just some guy from Reddit. Reddit
you don't
legend,
have to be
Young Snug.
right. You don't have to be a young Snuggie to understand that Hazonia has not been good on defense. And so I get it. I don't know. I mean, the other thing is they can always re-sign him for the same amount that they would have given him the option for. So it's not really that big a deal. I think he's going to go back to Europe.
I think what I'm hearing is Dave DeFore's sources say that Mario Hazonia is a crackhead who will piss on your car. That's what I'm hearing.
I
can
kind of heard it too. I have
confirm nor
headphones
deny.
on.
Problems behind the scenes. That to me screams crackhead. All right.
Crackhead peeing.
Okay.
Not a big dicker.
Woo. That's definitely
not a big.
aggregators mount up. All right. You're going to want to clip that part.
Yep.
All right. This is something that John's wondering. This is not something that I'm wondering.
I
John,
have no idea what he's about
John
to say.
is a Sixers fan, all right? And I don't know if you're familiar with this breed of human. I use the term human loosely, known as Sixers fans. But they all think Lonzo's a bust. So John wants to know why Lonzo is the worst rookie to ever play basketball.
Yep, that's actually pretty accurate.
Well, I mean, he's been struggling a little bit. Mostly, like his finishing is bad and his defense is terrible.
No. His defense has been okay. He's been active. He's been active.
He's been active. But
He's got his hands on balls.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
A lot of dick touching. But he's dying on every screen.
Nah,
right? Like,
he's
he
fighting
puts
through.
Matt's gonna defend this.
I will. I watch. I know I said I didn't watch any games earlier, but I watched the Laker games.
Are you a Lakers fan?
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan.
He is this season.
Oh, this season. Just to clarify, this season.
Just this year.
Yeah.
Okay, but Kyle Kuzma is the best rookie on that team.
No,
Today.
Kuz. I mean, Kuz is money.
Yeah,
Kuz is money. I mean, Kuz is future MVP.
Right. I think the
Josh
thing
Hart,
to remember.
future defensive player of the year as well.
Yeah. I think the thing to remember with Lonzo is that he's 19 and he is a primary ball handler, right? So, we can look back and we can say, okay, it usually takes these guys 2 to 4 years to kind of figure it out. D'Angelo Russell is a great example.
Another bust. Another LA bust.
That guy's a bust.
You're right.
Whoa.
We are firmly believe D'Angelo's a bust. I don't care how many points he's scoring. That guy is a locker room cancer.
I disagree, but
I don't think he's a bust, but
I think if D'Angelo Russell was on the Sixers, they'd be a threat for the 6th seed in the East, maybe the 5th seed.
that low. He's a negative because they should be 1st or 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah,
actually, with Cleveland's advanced tanking, they should be the number 1 seed.
Why don't you call me when D'Angelo Russell is on an actual good team? Because it's never going to happen. All right.
Do you know what? I actually think he's going to be on a good team next year because I think the Nets are going to be okay.
I don't know. Well, maybe we'll have to bet something in summer league.
What constitutes a good team? Do you have to just make the playoffs in the East?
He has to be on a team that's over 500. I don't think he'll be on a team that's over 500 his entire career.
I was going to say because they could win 37 games and possibly make the playoffs in the East.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's still not a good team. All right.
So,
I will say.
I agree.
I will say my favorite thing about Lonzo is how everyone talks about the stuff he almost does. Like, Lonzo was great. He almost had an additional 5 hockey assists.
Mm-hmm.
Not actual assists, but he threw the ball to a guy who threw it to another guy, who threw it to another guy, who dribbled it for a while, got fouled, and made 2 layups. That's all Lonzo.
That's the
That is
Lonzo effect,
all
baby.
Lonzo.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean, the Dodgers are
Go ahead,
the Dodgers
Dave.
are in Game 7 of the World Series because of Lonzo.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So actually, along those lines, we need to step into the lawn zone. This is a segment we do where I this is actually suggested by a listener, Dirt Dog, aka at Jackie Delic on Twitter. Shout at him. But where I explain to you people, because I'm the world's #1 Lonzo fan and Lonzo expert, why what may appear to be bad is actually good. All right, so let me tell you what's going on with Lonzo. His shooting is atrocious. All right, it's like 9% from 3. I don't know. It's awful. It's like 20% from the field. I don't know what he's doing. All right, here's what he's doing. He's doing that on purpose. The idea is he's going to sign with Nike mid-season. Once he signs with Nike, then he's actually going to start shooting for real. And then Nike's going to go, and then he's going to come out and say, it was the Nike shoes that did this, all right? And then Nike will have a great marketing campaign. They'll have actionable proof that the shoes actually make a difference, and that's all going to be part of attracting LeBron to L.A. So Lonzo's, deliberately tanking his shooting, and you'll see when he switches to Nike. We'll see it, around December, January, sometime in there.
So he's not loyal to his family and their brand?
Well, I mean, yeah, he still wears the shirts.
He's purposely throwing them under the bus?
No, he still promotes the brand wearing the shirts.
You just said that they're the reason. He can't promote them by saying, I shot 9% with these crappy shoes.
Is this a partnership with Nike?
Yeah, it'll be a partnership.
Okay.
Also, Big Baller brand, they're not a basketball company. They're a lifestyle brand. They're like a luxury brand. You don't buy Big Baller shoes to ball in. You buy them
like
as
a
a status
Bentley.
symbol.
I think you
It's
do.
like a Bentley.
Yeah, they're like a Bentley. It's like like my Toyota Prius is a better car than a Bentley. Just like a Nike shoe is a better car, better car and better
far
shoe.
Not true at all.
So it's like a Balenciaga, right?
All right.
So Lonzo is shooting 33% from the field overall.
Field.
So better than I thought. Okay, that's good.
Not from 3-point range.
Yeah.
3-point range is 28.6.
Oh, also better than that. I thought he was shooting 9%. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
How many almost assists does he have?
Well, he's averaging 7 assists a game. Mm-hmm. That's the one that and rebounding. So the rebounding is actually good. It's a plus, right?
Yeah, he steals real rebounds very well.
Yeah. I mean, he's a 6'5" guard, and he does crash on defense, which is good. I think Lonzo plays like the right way, right? I mean, I know that sounds so cliche, but he really does like try to move the ball, get guys involved. I think he's one of those Isaiah Thomas type point guards that has a counter in his head. Hey, this guy hadn't touched the ball for a while. I need to make sure he gets a touch. And so those are all good things. And I expect him to figure it out. I think that what he's running into is defenses are shading him to force him right. And with his funky mechanics, which are fine for spot ups, he can't get a shot off going right. he has this weird thing where he has to go to a floater because when he tries to finish at the hoop, he actually cups the ball. I don't know if he has really small hands or not. I haven't really tried to look, like if there's a measurement or anything, but he cups the ball. So he has funky English. And he just has a tough time finishing. And, with that being said, he's still doing a bunch of stuff. And while it's not working out, like I'm with you, John, like he is the king of almost. But with that being said, for a rookie, that's a good thing, right? Like you want God, he tried to do this, right? Because he's seeing it.
Yeah.
And he's just not able to, like the speed of the game is what his big issue is right now. I think he's not used to dealing with the top athletes, right?
Yeah.
Like most rookies, they've been the best guy that they've played against or in a game. They're always the best guy until they get to the NBA usually.
Yeah, unless you're Ben Simmons and you're just one of the best point guards in the league already.
Yeah, already.
Who's insane. Insane.
Real quick, how many of those Lonzo rebounds are off his own misses?
No.
Because I think we
Probably
should
not
calculate that because that's probably at least because 70% of his shots don't go in. So that's like at least 4 rebounds.
His rebounds go to the other players. It's called a Kobe assist. Okay?
Oh, Kobe assist.
Yeah,
he's not
misses
Boogie
it on
Cousins.
purpose.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's
telling
not
yourself
Boogie Cousins.
So let's go to some segments. Dave, how about that? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this first segment, this is a segment called "Is He Though?" Nothing much you need to know about this. I'm just going to ask you a question. Just answer the question. Just answer it however you're going to answer it. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, Dave, who do you think so far this season is the MVP?
It's got to be Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Is he though?
Probably.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but is he though?
If you could have an MVP after 8 games, it's probably him. Although I will say, Russell Westbrook has been better this season than last year.
Oh, is he though?
Much better. Yeah, he's engaged defensively.
Are you sure though?
I'm 100% positive.
Are you though?
Yes, Russell Westbrook has been much better this year.
Has he though?
He has for sure. God, I try to keep it going, but
Did you though? All right, Dave,
thanks for playing the segment. Thanks for playing the segment. Is he though?
Yeah. Sorry, Dave, you lost the segment.
Yeah,
I did. I got
sorry,
destroyed.
man. Hey, try again next
Hey,
time.
should we do a Illuminati? John?
Ooh.
John, do you have Illuminati about?
I have
do you have
Illuminati
about Kawhi? What's going on with Kawhi? Illuminati is where we expose the secret workings of the NBA.
Yeah, this is revealing the truth.
So this is like Jordan playing baseball because he was suspended.
Yep.
And the flu game being a hangover game.
Yep.
So, as many people know, Kawhi Leonard has not been playing. Mm-hmm. And as many of you think you know, it's because of an injury.
An injure. Okay.
An injure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
An injured leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you guys have been taught.
That's what.
In
Pop said.
reality, though.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
He isn't playing because of a broken heart.
Oh no. I know where this is going.
If you guys remember,
There's an old Illuminati, Dave. I don't know if you've listened to, but we figured out via detective work that
detective work
that Kawhi Leonard has a preference for Asian women. Because if you notice, every picture where he's smiling, there's Asian women in the picture. And every picture where he's not smiling, there's no Asian women.
Yes.
So go ahead, go to your Google image search. This is 100% true. We did it.
Facts.
We proved it.
And this summer he was in China.
That's the only time he's ever been happy in his entire life.
He was in China smiling
a lot. Every picture.
Half a billion smiles. Mm-hmm. And ever since he left China,
he's been injured.
He's been injured with a broken heart.
Is this
Illuminati.
It? This is it?
That's it.
That's your whole theory?
That's my theory.
Your theory is my... You just
Can
stole
you prove
my...
it wrong?
You
Can you
stole,
prove it
no,
wrong?
but you stole my Illuminati.
No, you didn't.
And you just made it about his injury.
No,
He really
that's why
did.
he isn't playing.
Repurposed content.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to have some real new facts.
Can I
Go
give you
ahead.
Broken heart.
Let me give you guys my Illuminati.
Okay.
Ooh, I like
All right,
this.
well, you have to have the last name of Hill to do it, but okay, we'll make an exception.
I'll
We'll make an
change it
exception
later. Okay, so we all know about the new NBA anti-resting policy for national teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, so Pop is actually pre-resting Kawhi.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
And
it.
now, when he wants to rest him for a Thursday TNT game in March against the Pelicans, he can say, "Oh, he's got a flare up of that tendinopathy."
He's planting the
Yeah,
seeds.
he's got an Asian
And so-
flare-up.
And so Kawhi winds up playing around 65, 66 games, and he's ready to go and to destroy the universe in the playoffs.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Well,
I can see this.
I think you
I
win
can't
this
be
one,
the
Dave.
first
I think you
person that
beat
said
John.
that
I think
to you
your
guys.
Illuminati's way better.
Did he though?
No, yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
All right.
His was actually new content. All right.
Okay.
All right. I got to take City. This is a hot take where you have to guess if I actually believe this take or not. All right.
Yeah, we enter into Take City.
Yeah, we got to go to Take City. We'll play some rock music to make it more exciting.
I think they'll hear the rock music.
I'm telling Dave though, because we're not going to play it right now. So I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him in the headspace of Take City. I'm
I
trying
see.
to take him to Take City.
Okay.
All right.
Take
Here
me
we
down.
go. This is what I am. I'm worked up about this. All right. And okay, this is you guys can't understand this. All right. This is something that you have to be a father to understand.
Oh,
all right.
gosh.
As a father with a child, Halloween is very stressful. What are you going to dress them up at? You want to do a good job. And these NBA players aren't helping. All these NBA players out there, they're dressing up and their costumes are perfect. They work on them for months. They have their stylists. They're obviously paying thousands of dollars for these just perfect, wonderful costumes. And it's not fair because they're role models. Because kids, they look and they see the perfect costume and they say, "Daddy, I want a costume like that." And I can't provide that. All of us fathers out here, we don't have that kind of money. We don't have that kind of time. So these NBA players are breaking relationships. They're setting up expectations that are completely unrealistic. All right. And so I'm disappointed in them, and I want them to do what everyone else does. Last second, go to Walmart, buy whatever you can buy. And that's your costume, all right? That should be a rule. I want David Silver to implement it, all right?
David Silver?
Whatever his
David
name
Silver.
is, Adam Silver,
Was it-
okay?
Wait,
David Silver.
hang on, real quick. Can I? That's
Walmart?
Beverly Hills 90210, right?
Wait, what happened? Is that a 90210?
Wasn't David Silver? Was that
Oh,
his
I don't
name?
know. I don't know. I'm talking about
I
Adam
gotta
Silver,
figure this
okay?
out.
It was
Take's
just
so hot.
the take's so hot, I forgot who the commissioner was.
Wow.
I
He
want the NBA
combines
players to do what I do, okay? One year I didn't know what to do, so my wife, she just dressed in red and made her hands like this, like little pinchers. And I put a crown on my head, and we were king crab, okay? That's a perfectly viable costume. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's not.
Do what I do. Just dress in your wife's clothes and say you're Nicki Minaj. Or, another year I dressed in my wife's clothes and I said I was Paula Abdul. Another year I dressed in my wife's clothes and I said I was Barbara Bush. Just do that, all right? That's all I'm asking for NBA players. Okay.
Yeah, David Silver was Brian Austin Green's character from Beverly Hills
okay.
90210.
Okay, thanks for paying attention, Dave.
Yeah. I got so distracted.
I'm worried about the youth here, and you're talking about 90210, another corrupter of the youth.
What we really need is for LeBron to just show up at the Cavs' epic Halloween party with a gray T-shirt that he has written in Sharpie.
Yeah.
This is my costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get you.
Or
definitely
or what he should do, take that Sharpie, draw his hair back in, and then say LeBron 2003 on his shirt.
Well, the Cavs definitely tried harder on Halloween than they have at all on defense this year.
Oh yeah, and I have beef about that. What's Kyle Korver doing dressing up as Willy Wonka from the 2005 movie, not the Gene Wilder one? That you should get kicked out of the NBA for that.
Yeah. So for your Take City.
Oh right. Do you think I believe this or not?
I don't think you believe it because I think you will disappoint your son
In other ways.
ways,
true.
and that this is like the smallest disappointment.
Right. This is a small battle.
Like
in a
they
bigger
don't
war.
need to look at LeBron to realize
That
you're a loser.
Right.
They could just look at like literally anyone else on a hobo on the street
Right.
with eating out of like a tin can would be like, he still has better hair than my dad. Okay, great.
It's true.
That's my thing.
Yeah. You're right, John. I don't believe this take. I actually I like. It's my favorite part of the NBA
It's the
season.
best.
Them
It's
dressing
so
up.
good.
Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I don't care. I don't really care about Halloween.
Oh, what?
What?
Listen, no, Halloween. I forgot it was Halloween.
Oh,
Because I don't have kids. So, I just don't care. I'm not huge on holidays or things like that. Like, I don't know, man. I know I'm weird for that, but
No, Halloween's one of those holidays like New Year's where it gets built up too much. So, like, as an adult,
Yeah.
it's really tough because it's like there's all this pressure to have a good time and, like,
Right.
hook up with, like, somebody cute. So, I understand.
I don't need an excuse to, like,
Dress up?
have a couple cocktails
Oh,
or
right.
dress up,
Okay,
right?
yeah, that's
I'm more likely to do that on a night that's not Halloween than I am on Halloween.
that's fair. That's fair.
All right, this next segment is something John and I starting. It's probably going to be a disaster. We'll probably cut it. We call this segment Smart Guy NBA Podcast. All right, and we just try to be a smart guy NBA podcast.
This wasn't on the rundown.
No. This is I forgot to put it on the rundown.
Yep,
right?
smart guy over here forgot to put it on the rundown.
I forgot. I guess we'll probably cut it from the episode. All right. So
No, don't cut it.
I was
Don't
listening
cut it.
to a smart NBA podcast. I won't mention which one, but I realized I was just listening for the previous 10 minutes. They had just been listing numbers. Like they had just been literally listing numbers. Pretty much was like the entire podcast.
So I'm going to chime in too.
Yeah,
probably?
you just go ahead. I have some numbers in front of us. Okay. The Golden State Warriors, 119.7 points per 100 possessions. That makes them number one in the league, John. I'd say that's pretty good. I think they could do better.
Well,
though.
what's also very surprising is number 2, the Orlando Magic.
112. 112. That's good for second.
That was an 84.7 in there and a .487.
Yeah. The Clippers have played 6 games. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I have here their 2-point percentage is 0.47%.
Which
wow.
one? Well, and then when you factor in the pick and roll at
right,
.83,
Yeah,
that's really
at positions
surprising.
at positions 1 through 5, the shooting is phenomenal.
But really,
but we have to go back to these numbers.
He
We have
should
to go
really
back to these
play the
numbers.
5, though. He should
Yeah,
play
he
the
should.
5.
He should.
He's a natural 4, but I think his best position is the 1.
Right. That's another thing the Smart NBA podcasts always do. They always talk about moving people around.
Yeah,
Okay?
Oh, hang
you
on.
can never play.
That's
your
how you
guys.
sound
You
smart.
can never play the position that you grew up playing, and
Right.
that
You
every
always have
professional
to-
coach told you to play. You should play the position that the smart NBA guy told you to do.
Right.
Yep.
Do you guys not realize that I actually think almost everybody should be playing the 5 at some point?
There you go.
That's it.
There you
Because
go.
you're a
If it
smart
was up
NBA
to me,
guy.
Yeah.
Like, if it was up to me, I'd have a team that was all guys between 6'5" and 6'9", and they would just be like kind of interpositional, so everybody could handle the ball and everybody could protect the rim. Basically, I'd have a bunch of Draymond Greens.
Yeah, basically you'd be the Golden State Warriors, right?
You'd be the Golden
yeah,
State Warriors.
exactly.
You would just build
Yeah.
the Golden State
You'd
Warriors.
be the Golden State Warriors, except instead of Steph Curry, he's a little too short. You know who we put in there? Lonzo Ball.
His
Lonzo Ball on the Warriors, I'd say their points per possession would go up to 121.3.
He actually had a .345 on an almost hockey assist. So
Yeah.
that's great numbers for a young guy at age 19.
All right, settle down. We're leaving the smart guy.
okay.
All right. Oh, should we do Get At Me, Dog? Get At Me, Dog?
Yeah, let's get at me,
Let's get
dog.
at me,
Get at me,
Dave,
dog.
this is where we tweeted NBA players and score points if they respond. All right, this week we did Pascal Siakam. So
Okay.
I tweeted at him. He's from Cameroon.
Ooh.
So I said, just got back from my Cameroon vacation, wore my Pascal Siakam jersey everywhere, and the locals showed me so much love. # blessed. # Raptors. John?
Oh, you want really? Yeah, I did the same technique because he's very like retweety.
He's very-
if you compliment him,
Yeah.
that he'll retweet.
We do a lot of research on this.
lot
Is the
of
one,
research.
This is the one place we do a lot of research.
yeah,
we really
everything
go in
else.
depth.
No, we don't need
Yeah.
to watch basketball.
We go
games.
in depth on their Twitter. We see what they're doing.
Yep. So I did the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Why doesn't Pascal have more followers? Because he only has like 6,000
Yeah.
followers. Easily
Wait,
one of my
really?
favorite players in the league. He doing work. Go Toronto. # We the North. I spelled Toronto wrong on purpose.
Oh, okay. So maybe you were hoping. John always does this where he makes mistakes on purpose, hoping the person corrects him. Like, hey, man, good job, but it's this.
Yeah. And it also just makes it feel like I'm more real.
It's true. It's
You know?
true. Yeah. John, did you get a response from Pascal?
I did not.
Neither did I.
Okay.
Late breaking update. Pascal Siakam has liked my tweet.
Wait a minute, hold on. He might be back.
Nah, he ain't.
He might be tweeting. Give me a second. Come on. Let's just refresh. Come on, Pascal. Start.
This was 10 minutes ago, dog. This was 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago?
Yo, update those standings, Lash City.
Damn.
Update those standings. Okay, all right, let's move on. Move on. Second to last segment, Dave. Don't worry, we're almost done.
Oh yeah, you're good.
This is this is a segment that is nobody's favorite segment.
Ooh.
This is called Headlines, where I just read headlines from the newspaper.
The headline, the AP
Are these
Wire.
sports?
Yeah.
It's just headlines you would read.
Yeah.
Probably, you'll probably get them in the morning in the paper.
All right.
So here we go.
So Joel Embiid had this to say about spending his entire career with one franchise. I want to be Kobe Bryant. I want to be Tim Duncan. I want to be Dirk Nowitzki. He added, but I'll probably be Greg Oden. Headlines. All right. Joel Embiid,
another
this
one.
is what he said on what he bought himself after signing his extension. Nothing. All I really need is my video games and a big-ass TV. He went on. That's all I need because I'm usually too injured to leave the couch.
Headlines. Someone read Jack McMullen today.
Yeah, Shabazz Muhammad. Shabazz Muhammad
All right.
is
Shabazz.
changing his name to Baz. Yeah, he's officially
I heard that.
changing. Yeah,
I heard
he's
that.
officially
I heard
changing
that.
his
I
name
heard
to
that.
Baz.
That
Yeah.
is the thing I heard.
The reasoning is he thought Shabazz would be too hard to pronounce for people when he's playing in China next year.
Headlines.
All right. Rough headlines this week.
Oh, back-to-back weeks. This is
back to back.
Oh, got to get his mojo back. This is rough.
All right.
Rough.
New York. The New York Knicks.
Oh, New York Knicks. Heard of them.
They have a player on their D-League team named Max Hooper.
Max Hooper.
Yeah. And the Knicks are playing currently like Max Hoopers.
Wow.
In related news, Chicago has a player on its D-League team named Dogshot McAirball.
Headline.
Dog shit McAirball.
Headline.
Is what I meant to say. Is what his name is. Sorry.
Wow, that's a headline. That's ooh.
Oh, this last one. Sorry, John. This last one's for you. This last one's for you.
What's the
this
last
one?
one?
Actually, I need you to read. Okay.
All right.
It's
what do we got?
right here.
Oh, okay. Internet commenters have been suggesting Lonzo Ball get his hair cut, saying his hair messes with his shot. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. I read this.
I actually agree. Mm-hmm. I think Lonzo should cut his hair, and then the Lakers should cut Lonzo.
Oh, headlines.
Cutting.
Yeah, I can't read that as
No, very true.
Yeah.
Very true. It's hard
Guys,
to read
the
that when
hair
you're
thing
hanging
is
from his
real.
nuts.
Yep.
The hair thing on the jump shots are real.
You think it's real, Dave?
It is real.
Yeah. So
I
there's
think it is real.
all these theories that say you can't have high hair to have a good jump shot, and so you believe it.
It can get in the way. Yeah, I think Elfrid Payton it's for sure an issue there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then with Lonzo, since he shoots from the side of his head, the fact that his hair is like shooting out the side, maybe hindering that shot. I think.
Oh, that.
The thing about Lonzo is he just comes across his body. He's left eye dominant, and no one ever corrected him. And that was it.
That was LeVar's job.
Are you saying LeVar Ball did a bad job?
LeVar Ball did a great job because he's a good person. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
His jump shot is secondary to his heart. All right. Last segment of the pod, Dave. This is just shout outs and beefs. So we just, we just relax. We play music. So whatever you want to shout out, whatever you want to beef with. Usually I lean back. I can't lean back. I actually have to lean forward. I'm going to shout out KP. I don't know if you saw this, but he essentially got Phil Jackson fired. Like, he admitted that him skipping the exit meeting was on purpose. And he was like,
nice.
Yeah, no, he was like, look, he essentially said this. He's like, Carmelo wasn't handling it. Like, Carmelo wasn't making enough like stink about Phil Jackson. So KP was like, me and my team, we got together and we did it on purpose. I deliberately skipped that meeting to send a message to the franchise that you need to fire Phil, and it worked. So shout out to him. And if you like a lot of these stars, earlier in their career, they'll get someone fired who needs to be fired. So, and I don't feel bad saying that because Phil Jackson is rich and lives in Montana. So,
and a beautiful part of Montana too.
Yeah. So shout out.
I mean, all of Montana is kind of nice though.
I never leave Los Angeles, the greatest city in the world. So,
yeah. What else? What else we got?
Well, I'll shout out This is a rare shout out. I'll shout out Royce Young from the Oklahoma City beat writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Former guy we beef with.
The Ministry of Propaganda, the Ministry of Oklahoma City Propaganda, whatever, chief deputy Royce Young. But you know how that Thunder plane hit that bird?
Yes.
Right? And so the Thunder plane hits this bird, and they show a picture of the plane, and the front of the plane is like completely dented in. It looks like terrifying. So Delta says that they hit the bird on the way down. But all the Thunder players said they hit the bird when they're at the cruising altitude, where no birds live. Like no birds go that high. Yeah. And there was no bird guts in the dent.
Ooh.
So,
what's going on?
I mean, he just pointed this out. He did the research. He went on Wikipedia to figure out how high birds fly. So,
oh wow.
He didn't know what was going on, but he was just asking questions. So,
is he an advanced stats guy or what?
He is now. He is now.
He's
He's got his bona fides.
There you go.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can dead birds melt steel beams?
I don't know.
God.
Because that's something we're going to have to
look
really look into.
You know what I think it is, though?
Are you suggesting that the bird was an inside job?
It might have been an inside job.
But seriously, what is the explanation? If they didn't hit a bird,
There's no way it hit a bird. That thing was that. There is no bird that could put that dent in it.
Was Andre Robertson practicing his free throws?
I've heard that.
like
I've
that.
heard
On the
that
plane.
theory. I have a theory that somebody up there, or somebody high in the levels of the government, maybe, hates the Thunder. I mean, how else would you explain the Thunder? They had 3 MVP players, basically. That 2 of them left. One they traded, the other one left. They are forced to wear these ugly uniforms that everyone knows is ugly. And now, when everything started to look good for them, what did this person do? He sent them the worst locker room guy in the world, Carmelo Anthony, to ruin that team from the inside. And now someone's trying to take down their
Do you think it was Lala?
Could be Lala.
Ooh.
Could be Lala.
Where was Lala?
Lala one's out.
Where was Lala? That's the question.
Go ahead.
Shout out Jahlil Okafor.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about.
I was going
Shout
there
out
too.
Jahlil Okafor. Poor guy. Look, I'm not the biggest Okafor fan, obviously. Like he's not objectively, he's not that good at basketball. But shout out him.
Objectively, he is because he's in the NBA. But relative to NBA players, yes. I think your point is taken.
Yeah. But I gotta give him a lot of respect. He's always handled this situation very well, and he's done it as a professional and very mature.
Has he though? Punching people?
A Boston fan. He probably did. He did the service. He did the world a service.
He punched a Boston fan. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
that's like a plus.
That's a plus. That's that's handling it with class.
Plus minus is up. Yeah.
Right. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, he's in a really crappy spot, and he's trying his best to get out of it. So I do respect that because he could easily do what Nerlens did and fake a surgery and go down south for the summer.
Right.
But he's trying his hardest to get traded, and literally no one wants him.
Dave, what do you think about the Sixers' handling of this Okafor-Noel situation over the past 2 years, say?
Well, I mean, obviously Noel was the better player, but Okafor didn't have a trade market, and if they were gonna come to this, crossroads at some point anyway. And Embiid is by far the best of the 3, so really you were gonna move Noel and you were gonna move Okafor. At least they got Justin Anderson in the deal, who I think is going to be a decent player in his career. The Okafor thing, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He didn't ask to be drafted, by the Sixers.
No, he literally tried not to be drafted by the Sixers.
Exactly. You could argue it was the worst place for him to be drafted because of the process and Embiid and Noel and all of the other things that go along with that. And so I feel bad for him. And this is why I'm always on the player side in these labor disputes, because this guy is forced to go to this team. Like, if he wants to be a professional basketball player, he's forced to go through the draft. He's forced to go to the team that drafts him and sign a contract and all of this other stuff, right? Unless he wants to sit out for a year and go back into the draft and potentially do the whole thing over again. And so, I mean, it drives me crazy. And I hope they come to a buyout agreement. And if I was Okafor, I would actually take very little money and just try to make it up with signing for with another team like the Bulls or someone like that.
or one of the teams in China probably pay him really well.
Right.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
It's true.
Okafor, you know what, man? Okafor is a useful player. And I wouldn't have said this.
Is he though? If you're trying to tank, he's great.
I think Okafor can score 20 a game and give up 21.
That's fair. That's fair.
I guess
that is very fair.
Now,
There's a lot of guys. Hey, there's a lot of guys like that are so-called superstars.
That's true.
Carmelo Anthony.
I will say the new vegan jaw, lightweight jaw could pull an Enes Kanter. Like he could be, your backup big and put up some boards and slow the pace down. But yeah, like I said, shout out to him for at least handling this well.
I will say that I'm happy because I think we can finally put something to rest. A year. Let's just say like a year or 2 months ago, if one podcast host said the Sixers won't get a first round pick for Nerlens Noel and they'll get nothing for Jahlil Okafor, that podcast host was probably right. And the other podcast host was wrong. So I'm happy that we can finally,
Yeah, and it's going to be great in 2 years when we go through the same thing with Lonzo.
Yeah.
When no one wants
when
him.
he wins the MVP.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
the
when
Lakers.
everyone's like,
Right.
he's shooting 33% total.
Shout out, Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, okay.
Who's he?
Yeah. Not only is he playing efficiently, but he looks engaged defensively.
Yeah.
So he has been really, really good this year, and I've been one of his biggest critics because I know the guy is great. I think he could be like the next level.
Yeah.
But he has there's been no effort on defense. He's always hunting defensive rebounds instead of actually playing good team defense. This year, he's been great. He's really been engaged.
That's going to lead into my last shout out, and that's shouting out myself.
Oh,
Little selfie. Little
okay. Yeah, what'd you do, John?
Halloween party last Saturday.
Oh, all right.
I went.
Do you want to reveal whose house it was at?
No.
Okay.
I went to I went to a Hollywood party.
Hollywood party.
My friend knows a celebrity, so we went to their Hollywood party, and it was a lot of fun. Like hundreds of people. And I went as Russell Westbrook's official photographer outfit.
When he went to the first KD game.
When he mocked KD. And I will admit, I nailed the costume.
Oh, that's so big of you to admit that.
Absolutely nailed the costume because I made it myself. The over-under that night was set to 2.5 people recognizing who I was. And
did
we
you
hit
bet the over?
We hit the under. We hit the under.
Oh.
Now, 4 people came up to me excited and took photos of me, but they thought I was just an actual photographer.
I thought you were actually.
And at one point, there was a little scene where there was like a model that you could take photos with, and I took someone's photo, and then everyone came up to me and handed me their phone, thinking I was an official photographer.
That would be the worst costume ever.
It was people. Honestly, one
People
guy
handing your phone all night to take pictures.
It was miserable.
That's my nightmare.
But then at the very end, because my fiance had taken the under, one guy comes up to me and it's just like, Westbrook or Durant? And I'm like, Westbrook, clearly.
You're like, well, I'm wearing a Westbrook
yeah,
costume.
and he was like, oh, good, I hate Durant. Westbrook's my favorite player. He's like, great costume. And he just like hugged me, and he was the happiest guy at the party. And so, if you can touch one soul, which I did, which I made someone's life better,
right?
then, I think you deserve at least one
Was
shout out.
Was there anybody dressed as Kevin Durant at the party?
Well, there was someone dressed as Kevin Durant pretending to be someone else.
Oh, okay. Who was
So
that? Was it really?
No,
Oh, okay.
Matt, that was a joke.
I was trying to set up my own joke and say, oh, there was no one dressed as a snake at the party.
Oh,
but
that
you
would've been
ruined
good.
it.
That
Okay,
would've been-
thank you.
I should have done that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jesus.
someone came as Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Oh,
Headlines.
wait. Which Cobra Commander? The one with the face shield, or the one like the old school one from the like original cartoon?
Both.
Someone gave us
because
both.
Durant is two-faced.
What about? Were there any Zartans?
There was actually no Zartans. There was a lot of really great costumes. And the crazy part about it was every time I would see like an amazing costume, there was always someone else with that costume. I think like no matter how smart you are with your Halloween costume, someone else has it. And
it's the hive mind.
And I thought so because I was like, well, great. I picked the most obscure costume. No one will have it. Then we go on Instagram. Someone had dressed their kid as the Russell Westbrook outfit.
Son of a bitch.
And then sent it to Westbrook, and Westbrook posted about it.
Oh.
And I was like, damn it, this like 2-year-old stole my costume.
Stealing your get at me
Just
dog.
stealing my stuff,
He
man.
stole the get at me dog.
Well, it sounds like a very fun party, John.
It was
just
a
a
lot of
shame
fun.
you had to listen to Maroon 5 over again
Oh my
again
God.
at the party.
Okay, I have a beef.
Go ahead.
Oh, beef time.
please.
Uh-oh,
Please.
beef. Beef burrito.
All right, here we go. I mean, it's not very often I get to do this.
Yeah,
so-
no, yeah.
Hit him up. Hit him up. We can play the Tupac Hit 'em Up beat underneath
Oh,
it.
hell yeah.
Well, okay. Here we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
That's why I've
Take him
never
down,
mind.
Dave.
I won't go there.
Yeah.
So I have a beef with anyone who doesn't think Joel Embiid is the best center in the NBA.
Ooh. Hot take.
That's not hot.
No, it's
the
true.
guy, he's
the best center.
He's
You could have said
incredible.
best player in the NBA.
Well, I won't go that far.
Yeah,
but
but
I
Lonzo
think a
Ball
healthy,
still plays in the league, so you can't go that far.
and he should be playing the 5.
Yeah.
Alonzo, move Lonzo to the 5.
Move Lonzo to the 5.
Oh, I think Lonzo, if he plays the 5,
if he plays the 5.
really
He-
stretch the defense
You know,
out.
Lonzo had 3 or 4 almost blocks. So
John, you
that's
keep
a-
going to your almost joke. It's enough
It's
already. I'm
working.
starting to get
It's
personally
working.
offended.
It's working.
It's almost a joke.
Almost
Who
a
is-
joke. Ooh.
Who's
headlines?
who's
Dave.
who's better? I mean, who would be the candidate for better center?
A lot of people like to say DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh no, get out of here. DeMarcus Cousins
Yeah,
the worst.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towns, but
he didn't
Towns doesn't
any
play defense.
and Towns sucks.
Yeah.
Towns is, I thought my buddy James Hollis put it best when he said he's the internet's darling, Enes Kanter. Like basically, if he wasn't like if the internet wasn't in love with his potential, they would treat him like they do Enes Kanter. And he's a joke on defense.
Yeah. We made
He's
the
just-
prediction who will NBA Twitter turn on this year? And we said Karl Anthony Towns. And it's happening.
All right. Did we
People
say?
are-
I thought we said Jokic, but
Jokic as well.
Well,
yeah.
Jokic is going to be after the All-Star break.
Oh, okay.
But the town stuff, I'm going to go ahead and take credit for starting that. Because, I mean, it was like game 2 of this year, and I was like, when are we going to – I've been talking about how bad his defense is since last year. And I was like, when are we actually allowed to say that he's bad at defense? And someone said when he turns 21 or 22 or something like that. Anyway, his birthday's coming up in like a month. I'm like, okay. But he's bad on defense. And it's not even just lack of effort. That's part of it. But it's like lack of IQ. The play that Deion Waiters scored the game tying layup the other night to send it into OT, he gets caught, and I tweeted the video of this. He gets caught in no man's land, which is just inexcusable in that situation. His job there was to actually rotate over and help protect the rim, because Jimmy Butler was basically on an island, Waiters Island, and got taken to the rack by Waiters. So the idea is, in that scenario, Towns rotates over from the weak side, comes to help at the rim to force the kick out, where Wiggins is kind of playing the passing lane, and he either tips it or at least he's able to rotate over to a shooter. It's a much tougher shot than a layup, and he does nothing. So Towns is halfway between Olenek and the rim, but not in the passing lane. He's literally in the worst spot. He might as well have been sitting on the bench yelling ice. It was bad. It was
Dang.
really
To be
bad.
fair,
That's a beef.
Olenek is very intimidating.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Very, very
Yeah.
intimidating.
I
So I
mean,
can see. I
he
can
could have
see
just
why.
been caught up in those dreamy Olynyk eyes.
Ooh,
know?
that is true. That
Halfway
is true.
between the rim and Kelly Olynyk. That sounds like an album title.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Or a horrible spring break.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Dave.
Where can we find you?
this was
Dave?
awesome.
Coach,
promote,
where can we find you?
promote whatever you need to promote.
You can find me on Twitter at Dave Dufour NBA. Dufour is how you spell my last name. I host a podcast on the NBA with Dave Dufour. That's my advertisement on this podcast.
Nice.
And yeah, exactly. I didn't even have to pay for it.
So good. Well,
I
we're
also
going to
co-host-
charge you.
Um,
We're gonna
yeah.
charge you.
Invoice
Invoice
in the
check
mail.
in the mail.
Yeah.
So
the check's in the mail too.
Yeah.
I co-host the B-Ball Breakdown podcast, and then me and a bunch of other assholes. We have a podcast called the Bod Pod, and it really like devolves into a lot of name calling. Actually, is what it winds up being.
Nice. Great.
Also, you can find me in Tucson coaching high school basketball.
Sick.
Yes.
Sick.
It's fantastic. I hate high school basketball. I love the kids I coach, but high school basketball is garbage.
Why you
There's no
can't
shot clock.
run the stuff you want to run, or
No, I actually do. I run. So I mean, this is funny. I actually run more of an NBA offense. My offense looks a lot like the Warriors. A lot of triangle principles.
that's what I
fun.
ran in college in my IM team.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. What kind of a defense did you guys run?
We ran man to man. A lot of hold on. I gotta get my smart NBA. We switched everything and overloaded the strong side. That's just how we played, given the talent level.
Yeah, so I switch any screen. We run man to man. I switch screens.
Okay, you copied me. Okay, fine. All right, whatever.
I
It's a
actually
homage.
Yeah, it's true. Okay,
It's a homage.
I stole the.
I'll allow
I
it.
stole the playbook. We switch screens, and then I always rotate help from the weak side like you're supposed to. But it winds up being a lot like the amoeba. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Obviously,
defense.
duh.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Real hoopers.
I mean,
Yeah.
I run a paramecium myself, but okay. I respect the amoeba school of thought.
Well, for the listeners that may not be familiar, go watch some tape from the Jerry Tarkanian days at UNLV, and that's what they ran.
And
But why do you
Forced
hate it?
turnovers.
Why do you hate it?
Well, high school basketball just sucks.
Oh, they
Right,
mean the
like-
skill level, or
Well, I mean, the skill level, mostly it's like coaches over coaching. That's not me. I the offense, I don't have plays.
Got it.
I teach my players how to make plays and to be creative because I think
Ooh.
basketball is an art.
agree to disagree. I think basketball is a science, and I've solved it.
Yeah.
So okay, whatever.
I'm more
Yeah,
with
all
Dave.
right, yeah,
This is
yeah.
more of my more of the stoner coaching. You know,
Yeah.
just go out and play, guys. Like it's an art.
Kind of.
It's jazz.
Right? So
it's hip hop.
Yeah, but I mean, I grew up playing on the playground, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of that, right? Like we play a team game. My guys last year in our last game, we shot 48 threes in 32 minutes.
Okay,
God.
but why does it suck? Everything you
Yeah, everything you sound
say
sounds
sounds
awesome.
good.
Why it sucks is it's again, the skill level between teams is really, really high. Like you can have a huge gap, and that's not fun for
Got it.
anybody. The referees are not good. Hopefully none of them are listening to this because they're all dog shit.
Nice.
There's no shot
Dog
clock
shit,
in Arizona.
McAirball.
There's no shot clock.
Dog shit. No shot clock. So you can play on a string amazing defense for a minute and a half, and then you're just dead and give up a shot, right? Like it's just that's bullshit. And so that drives me nuts. I'll never coach high school again after this.
Got it. Well,
Yeah.
Any of your
Which is
guys
why
going pro?
I may not. Any of my guys going
yeah.
pro? is
Anyone
that
going
what
to
you
the
said?
league?
I got one kid that I think he's got D1 talent.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, lower D1 talent. He'll probably wind up playing JUCO and then go into a D1.
Okay.
He last year, and this is
He's got
this is actually
GED
really
talent.
impressive. Yeah. So he scored 26 and a half a game, 8.5 rebounds,
Oh, damn.
3.5 blocks, 4.5 steals.
Wow. You should move him to the 5.
Guess what?
Plays
What?
the 5.
He plays the 5?
He's my 5.
right.
Already moved.
All right.
Already moved
There
to
it
the 5.
is.
That's right.
Awesome, man.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Any listeners out there, just go ahead and take a van, cruise by any of these high schools. Just see if you can find Dave coaching.
Yep.
Yeah. A white van,
White
preferably.
van, and if not, see what else you can get into.
Yeah.
If you can't find Dave.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep.
Have you ever been to a volcano when it was erupting?
You're now listening to Super.
They a bunch of guys who ain't never played the game. That's what you say, bro.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.